Yes. Hello, and so very welcome to each one of you. As we know, insomnia can happen to anyone at any time in your life. We start it when we're small, and sometimes for some people, it keeps going. And we get in this, for lack of a better word, habit, correct? So sometimes these habits are a little hard to break. So tonight we're going to explore how we can get rid of some of these habits and why they stay hooked and don't allow us to sleep. It makes sense the more you learn and the more you grace your body with. So as y'all know, since you're with me here, I am Cynthia and I'm the owner of Blue Dream Love and Wellness. I've been doing this energy work for 20 plus years and been in herbs, oils, medical field for over 40. So I got a little upset with the medical field because of how they were changing and doing things. So I decided I need to step back on what I was graced with. And when you have so much going on in your lives, it can also help you to learn and grow and help others grow. So, how many of you have nightly routines to where you shut your electronics down at a certain time, you close the lights down, you put on soft music, or you pick up a book and read? Or you just grace your body with a little meditation, a little stretching, a little Epsom salt bath. You're hydrating, you're masking, you're soaking. How many of you have a nightly routine? Jeff, you do not. Nobody has a nightly routine. Dave does. Yes, yes, yes.
My dog's having a nightly routine. I don't.
We all need to get into a habit of having a nightly routine. It's so vitally important because this other habit we have are keeping us awake and not allowing us to get the respite that our central nervous system needs, that our immune system needs. So, what if we were just to let go? At first, when we started doing a routine, I had to literally write down the times and exactly what was occurring. Because, oh, golly gee, you would get in your head and it's like, doing that. No, 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 no. All of this stuff normally goes off at 8 o'clock. No more EMF in my house. We don't use a microwave. We're very touchy about things. I unplug things from the wall. Um, EMF currents, voltage spikes, all these people that wear these watches, nothing against that, but all this going into you. If you've never seen studies on what EMF can do from a child that is stuck on this business to this older ones that are on here to scroll because we don't go get a book, we don't stretch, we don't meditate. We're just scrolling. Depression, anxiety, whatever it may be. But stop and think about it. Is that just a habit you've gotten into? And what if you could change that habit and your body go, oh, thank you so very much. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to rest. I'm going to grace you what you put out. So if you put happiness, joy, shutting it down, giving it love, what's it going to do back to you? But grace ya. And yes, it does take a time. So our bedtime here, no later than 10:30. Stuff's off. We're in bed. We're doing our holds on our meridians. We're doing breathing. We're praying. We're lifting up. We're covering even at night. And now, if y'all know about grounding and shielding, you do it at night too. Because when you sleep, who comes out to play? So cover your house. Don't forget about how extensive St. Michael's armor is around your house while you sleep. It will grace you, he will protect you, and you allow that to happen. So before your feet hit that floor on the morning, you ground, you shield, you zip your energies up. Again, EMF is a big thing, and if you are and you have this stuff in your rooms, your bedrooms, the phones, the watches, take them out of your bedroom, shut them puppies off. Beautiful crystals can help absorb around your computers. I've got argonite, fluorite, shungite, selenite around me. They get charged all the time. They get saged, they get dedicated, and they get put on my left. You want it to absorb this. You don't want this stuff in you. They also have, and I'll just say this frankly, because if you get to know me, that's just what I am. They have these fake things that they say plug into the wall and it'll absorb all of this. So we did a little Reddit thing on some of these, and they said, oh, wait, pop these puppies open. And they're pricey. Believe you me, they're pricey. There's nothing on the inside. It's just a piece of plastic. Don't fall for these gimmicks. Fall for what was graced for us in the first place. Does that make sense? So, how many of you can make little timesheets? Because remember, you're going to have to train your triple warmer to go, "Oh, okay, it's time for this. She's going to do this. He's going to do this." And your body goes, oh, thank you so very much. Yes, it's not going to happen overnight. We've been in this habit for how long? How long have you not slept? How long have you struggled at nighttime? Long time? Drop it in chat. Tell me how long you struggled at night. Just grace me with that. If you want to share 30 years, oh, may God have mercy on your soul. We need to work on that. So, do you see? Now, the reason this is so passionate for me, 10 years, Tracy, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I have health issues last year. Yes, it has stuff. I have some health issues, pretty big health issues, and I went 22 days without sleep. And I thought I was losing my mind. And the doctors just kind of, I'm not having any more to do with doctors. I mean, you have to, what you have to do, but we need to beautifully bless ourselves. How many of you utilize holistics? Anybody use holistics? Dave, Jeff, Brian, you do? Okay. Tracy, do you, honey? Do you use them too? Okay. Have you all ever heard of hops and valerian? Now they have teas that are made of hops and valerian, but sometimes, and passion flower tea is groovy to use at night. But hops and valerian, if you take them, depending on your weight, depending on what you muscle response test for. So if you don't test with your fingers, you can test with your solar plexus, do the sway test. If you don't know how to do that, come back at me. And you can ask how many capsules. Usually it's one capsule for every 25 pounds. But remember, energy changes second by second, does it not? Yes? Does everybody agree to that? Okay. So what if tonight you may need 3 hops and 4 valerian, and tomorrow night you only need 2 and 2? There's so many blessings we can do. And I almost threw in a technique right there. Don't let me forget, Dave, don't let me forget behind the knees. Um, there's so much that we can grace. And I get so excited about this. I may throw too much at you. And if I do say, hey, 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 wait, 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 please don't hesitate because whoo, I love it. I love it. So when we don't sleep fully at night, has everybody heard about the meridians in our beautiful bodies? Yes? Okay. Do you realize that these meridians are at high tide every 2 hours all the way around the clock? So when these beautiful meridians are not functioning fully, it's going to go whoop and we're going to be awake. Whether you can't fall asleep, whether you can't stay asleep, whether you w- wake up, say 3 o'clock and can't get yourself back to sleep. Or what if you wake up in the wee hours of the morning and you're just, I can't do it, right? What if you're up urinating all night? Well, what if you, by the touch of your beautiful hands, could touch beginning and end points on your meridians or sedate a point, and your body will go, oh, thank you, and you're resting peacefully. So when I look at energy and look between these meridians, to me, they all have gates that swing open and close. So if a gate to me is closed, that means it's not getting the energy it needs, correct? So if a circuit is blocked, okay. So if these gates are wide open, it's firing, whoo, and it's at you and it's overactive, and you literally cannot rest. So the nighttime meridians that we're going to talk about, well, we can talk about them all. If y'all don't know how to trace your meridians, send me an email and I'll send you Donna Eden's link to trace your meridians. She's the king, queen, she's it all. So when we start coming down at night, these meridians run at the AM and the PM, and these 2 hours is when they are at their highest peak. But if there's an imbalance in one of these meridians, if there's stagnant energy, remember pain is stagnant energy. That's all it is. If we can just move it out by the touch of our fingers, we'd be blessed even more. So, I get so excited. Sorry. So when we go around this meridian wall, we have to realize what's happening. So at liver time, it can be so exhausting with your liver at times. I don't know if you've all ever seen the meridian. This is just one of mine. Let's see if I can move it around. They are really easy to trace. Once you learn their patterns, at first it takes about 5 minutes to get it down. But once you got it down, it takes less than a minute. And remember, intention, vision, and grace is involved in it all, correct? So when our liver is flying off and we wake up from 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning, we're either on medications, we're overtoxicated, our body is not releasing. We can have those excess trapped emotions, hatred, resentment, anger, peeved. There's so much within there. So you have to think about what's across from it, and it also has to do and flow. And this is not the class for that, but the next meridian that it flows into is our beautiful lungs, 3 to 5. So where do we hold our grief?
Lungs.
Right here in our beautiful old lungs. So when I wake up, because I have a lung disease, so when I wake up between 3 and 5, I will just instantly muscle test, are you overactive, underactive? And if it's overactive, I'll run it backwards and I'll hold alarm points, which we'll talk about. And it'll go, and because I can feel energy and been doing this a while, it feels tingly. And then it'll get warm, and then my body will just go whoosh. So then I go back. We have a white noise machine for our pups, and that's what I tune in on the violin music and just let my body. You have to have little tools in your kit to get it to work. So the next meridian is that beautiful large intestine. And what's it getting ready for? to eat. It wants to move. But at times, this gate's not open at all, and it's firing and it's hot. So I don't want to overwhelm you too much, but these meridians are so vitally important to your health, and we'll go into that in just a minute. We have alarm points, beginning and end points on each meridian. Some of them are on the other side, which remember, our hands also deal with the polarity of our body. Some of these meridians, some of our organs and glands can have the polarity off, positive, negative, and we can come in and muscle test. Is this on or off? And if it's off, we can come in. Once you put your going and you shake, you can come in and flip it 12 times. Do a figure eight. Test it again and make sure it's on. We can do so much with our hands and we didn't even realize it. We also have end and beginning points on our feet, and it can do the same thing. And times our feet can be so painful because one leads us into the past and one moves us into the future. And if we're struggling with sleep, we're stuck in between, aren't we? We're not getting there. So one of the things, and I don't want to throw too much at you before we get into it, we can do is if you're not sensitive to magnets, and I would have to muscle response test. If you're not sensitive, let me keep saying that, not, because people can be. You don't use it on pregnant women. You don't use it on people with pacemakers. You don't use it on people who have any type of metal things within them. So I know I'm locked on. So a magnet has a north, and I don't want to get too close, a north and a south side, positive, negative, just like our hands. So at times, when we run, trace our meridians forwards and backwards, we can't get them on. We touch an alarm point. We can't get them on. The polarity is not staying on. We can be homolateral, which was, there's so much to grace you with. So we can muscle response test whether or not these little beauties are good for us or not. And we can, from the end of our meridian points, do you see how I'm spinning it? Okay, we can come in and we can change the energy. Sometimes it'll just pull pain directly out. Now, if y'all know me, know how I work a lot with magnets, and I use these type of magnets, north and south. And if I have inflammation that I can't get out with my handy dandy spoon, and if y'all know about spoons, that's a whole nother subject, but you can pull energy out. You can pull inflammation out. But again, you got to know what you're doing. You can't just go off and play arbitrarily with something and think you're cool and not think we might have a problem. You've got to be safe. So something else we can do, if your body does not, and you will know, like magnets, we can use beautiful crystals. And we can do the same things. We can go over our alarm points, which are on our face and on our chest and on our sides and behind where the governing meridian starts, where the governing meridian ends, where central comes up, all of them. And it brings a different sensation for each one. So it depends on what you're looking to clear, what you muscle test for. Just like I say, just don't go off and do muscle response test. Grace your body with the knowledge that it has a higher sense for you than what your ego's telling you or your flesh is telling you, because our flesh will tell us a lot because it likes to stay within the shiznit, doesn't it? It feeds off of that when we are stressed to the max and not sleeping well. So we can do that. We can do frequencies. Have you all ever heard of the AO scanner? This is something that we can run your inner voice, and your voice says so many beautiful things, and it can grace your body with frequencies. Now, our AO scanner goes from about 7 o'clock in the morning till about 8 o'clock at night, and then it's off. And it's getting changed frequently. So when I run clients, I have three devices that I run this off on all day long. So you're thinking, wow, that's a lot of EMF. But wow, I have little patches that I can put in the sun that are Sinbin and tourmaline. And then I infuse them with an energetic shield and I put it under it. So it's not emitting. They'll emit more when you got them plugged in. Anyway, let's go there. Okay. Do you all know that we have a sleep cycle? Not just meridian sleep cycle, but a sleep cycle. Yes? Okay. So our first stage of sleep is that very light, transitional, where we're not really in, but we're not really out. Little sounds will wake us, right? Will make us jump, will not allow us to sleep. So that drowsiness syndrome's not there. So this is what I was going to ask my husband to remind me of. Behind your knees is the point for our beautiful melatonin. Melatonin starts within your body. If it's working properly, if that hormone's working properly with that pineal gland, is right behind our knees. Again, get your energy going. Shake that energy off. Cup the back of your knees. When I started doing this, and it may take, you're asking me how long, I can hear you. 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half an hour. Yes, your hands get numb. But when it starts vibrating, you feel the heat rise. And you can also put intention of color therapy within. You want blues, purples, you want to bring it down. So you want to energize that. And with our hands, we can do that. So you take your hands when mine literally vibrate. When I take mine out, I shake them off because I don't want that energy on me, right? I don't want it back in. Then I go down to my calves. This is our shock point. And at times, because we have been awake for so long, our body's in shock. It lacks it there, it stays there. Is it emotional shock? Is it physical? Is it spiritual? Is it mental? Have you asked your body? What if we could release it? What if we could just let it go with the simple impulse of our hands and with the attention to let that grace our bodies? Yes? Yes. Okay. So if you work with me, I will also give you daily energy minutes to complete. And this is something you will have homework. People get upset with me because I do give you homework because it takes more than me just working with you, working with your energy. It's going to make you to get into certain things to change your habits because I'm not physically there holding you to it, right? So you got to love yourself enough to do so. So when we are in stage two sleep, it's more of a stable sleep, right? That's when we get into midnight, one, two, and our liver's going, wow. So our chemicals are supposed to block, and it's making it more difficult to wake us up. But at times, remember the hormone in our liver, there's four of them, cannot be aligned. And what are they going to do? They're going to vibrate. So stage three is a more deeper sleep, but that at times is when that lung opens up. Now, all this is supposed to be done in a amount of 120 minutes. For me, that never happens. So REM sleep is stage four, and that's when you dream. When you get worked with, when you work with your energy, your subconscious will have dreams. It will try to straighten that pattern out. Don't judge it, let it go. So many people get up and journal about their dreams, okay, but let's not ruminate about what it showed you because it will show you a path. It's a way of letting it go. So, stage five for me is making all of these work as a whole Because if we're not whole, it's not going to work fully, is it? No way. Okay. Now you all know you have lymphatic glands within you, correct? So we also know that all our organs, glands, systems, meridians, they have a peristaltic action that makes these all move, correct? Okay. Our lymphatic system is the only one that does not, and it will stay placid. So remember, you've got lymphatics in your brain. They go down here, and I'm sure most of you have felt the swollen glands in your neck. They come down on our hands, our body, our legs, our feet. What if we were to get in here, massage some areas within our neurolymphatics at least 2 to 3 times a day, never at night because you don't want yourself awake. And you graced your body. Say if you're getting a cold, you can do a spinal flush, which you'll learn about, not tonight, but a spinal flush, and voila, the next day you're feeling wonderful because all those toxins just went right out your body. Wouldn't that be groovy? There's so many things we can do. So I told you we talk about alarm points before we go in here. So we just don't have alarm points on the bottom part of our body. Our head, if I can get this in here, has alarm points all over it. These alarm points go right along with these beautiful meridians. So remember how I said your hands have energy. Get that super stuck. Okay. Our middle points are our positive buttons. Our thumbs are our negative buttons. If we do a little try hold like this, we can sedate immediately and take a fire energy out of our meridian, shake it off, and feel it shudder and close down. That's amazing. Okay. How many of you have heard of EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique? Okay, cool beans. We'll do one at the end if everybody's cool with that. It's something to bless your sleep with, and it causes a gentle ripple effect across your body. And you can do it 1 to 2 times a day, sometimes more, depending on what's going on in your life. There's so many things we can do to change that body that doesn't take drugs and it doesn't leave you foggy headed and you can function during the day. You don't have to drink all that coffee or energy drinks or all these things. I do promote very good water and electrolytes. Our brains need electrolytes. We need trace minerals at blah, 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 at least 3 cups a day. Does everybody use electrolytes? Ultima, Ultima is a very good brand. And here I can write it in here if y'all want to just copy it down. I do not have the little link for it right off the top of my um let's see if I can spell. And I actually order mine off of Amazon. I like I don't like the little packets where you tear off the top and dump them. I like the little bottles. It's not as sweet. I do not like sweet stuff. Gross, gross, gross. It just isn't good. Okay. How many of you, and this is the last thing I'll ask before I ask somebody for to help, how many of you, before you go to bed, grace yourself, grace your family with a gratitude journal? So say you close everything down at 8 o'clock. By 9:30, you've got your PJs on, you've washed your face, you brushed your beautiful teeth, and you're ready just to whoo and snuggle down into that blanket. What if? And a lot of people don't like journaling, I do understand. But what if you were to sit down and everybody say at least 5 to 10 grateful things that you're thinking of? And that gratefulness brings you joy, does it not? So, what if you were to tap that joy in with that gratefulness right into your third eye and everybody go to bed feeling grateful? Thinking about gratefulness, praying about gratefulness, and allowing that to come in and bless you. Because we all know we've got a positive voice, yeah? And then we've got this negative voice like Pac-Man coming to eat you. Sometimes we let this Pac-Man voice knock over our good voices. And so what do? We're back in that loop. We're back in that triple warmer to where I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And how many times do you lay down at night? You haven't done any holds, you haven't done any prayers, you haven't done anything like that. And whoo, the second you lay down, you feel like you got an electricity cord in you and you forgot all these things you didn't do today. Now you got to get up and get them done, or you sit there and ruminate and think and think and think. But what if you didn't have to do that? What if you could just hold a couple points and go, whoo, doggy, that's gone. So now let me move on to the next thing. Would that not be the groovy thing to do? Okay. Who would like to volunteer for me? Who would like to just grace us with their grace? Would you? Would you please? Okay. Unmute yourself here. If you'd like to, please. And I'm going to pull up just a piece of paper because you can snap this. Okay, let me move this and this. So let me have you think of these things before. Now, we all know that the body speaks and the body speaks energy. So let me just ask you something here. These are just a few questions to think about. What would it feel like to completely trust the process of life? Because we don't, if we're ruminating and we're not sleeping, we don't trust the process. We're overwhelmed, we're thinking, we're stressed, and who could not be stressed in this time and age? Think about that. What will it take for me to learn to quickly release the events of the day? Because we can ruminate about those too. Oh, if only shoulda, coulda, woulda. We didn't. It's done. Let it go. What am I trying to control that I could have let go of? So within our own little field, within our own little energy, we do like to control what's going on in our life because when it's out of control, we don't have any ease. But what if we could just give it grace, change our perception, and just allow it to happen? So what would it take? This is a big one for me to completely forgive myself. Have you ever thought about that? Sometimes we don't like anybody, but if we go look in the mirror, we don't like ourselves either. But if we were to love and to look as the Lord looks at us and knew how much He loved us, woo-wee, you loved. And you should love yourself that much. And it gives you grace. So, what would I need to do to rearrange in my life so the feelings of overwhelm and chaos are completely removed? Think about that. Okay, hon. Let me change the view here so I can focus on you and watch your energy. Let me see if it'll let me pop it up. Of course not. I just love my computer so much. Okay, I'm just gonna leave you on top. What is your first name? And there, okay, let me go down here to,
In?
there you go. I just heard you say it again.
Should I type it in or should I
Nope,
say
you
it?
go ahead and speak to me, please.
Shannon.
Shannon, Shannon.
Yeah.
And do I have your permission to go into your energy?
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing I do before I go into your energy, I want you to shake, rub your hands, shake it off. I want you to come in here and tap. I just want you to ease your energy. So this is the stomach meridian. I want you to breathe in, out really slow. I want you to come down to the K27. So we've got our collarbones, and right below those beautiful little hubs is a little bitty indention. Just come in here and tap. That gives us a little bit of energy, that grounds us a little bit more, gives us a little grace. And then right down from that, on top of our sternum, is our thymus gland. We want to give it a little bit of immune push from our nipples out, straight out underneath our armpits like apes. Right here is our spleen. This metabolizes everything in life. Okay, if you could just come back and put your hands on your heart chakra, and I'm going to connect and I say a little prayer. So, with your hands, I want you to imagine a pink ray coming through your beautiful hands into your beautiful heart. And I want you to wrap your heart within that pink, within that love, within that peace, with the intention of grace to allow what needs to come out. Okay, beautiful. I don't even have to, the first thing I see right off are your adrenal glands are exhausted. Have you ever done any work on your adrenal glands?
No.
Okay. Let me just go in and make sure they're producing the beautiful. No, they're not producing anything of it. Okay. So God and Father. Okay. So they're not producing the hormones that they need. So the first thing I tell people when they're not, first we go in and see why, and then I will tell you of a little oil, essential oil that you can use if you can get a hold of it. So the first thing that's coming up is heavy metals. Now, heavy metals can mess with every part of every inch of our body. Now, this is arsenic and this is in grain. Now, we have to remember that because of the world today, our grains are being sprayed and we don't even realize it. So what I do, like if we have, like if I make homemade rice, I always do long grain rice. I soak any grains that we're going to have, millet, oat, for 24 hours, rinsing it several times. And then when I cook it, it's very slow. And I add a quarter teaspoon more or cup of water so it evaporates even more. That allows it to open into our digestive tract and allow us to be able to break it down a little bit easier with our enzymes. And we can come in and change the energy of our food to allow us to digest it easier. We can also come in and tap those four thumbs before we eat, after we eat. And something you can add, and I don't know if you can get this, is cilantro. You can get that. Okay.
Mhm.
When you add this, it's not a long-term fix, but when we remove heavy metals, at times, it can make our arteries throb. It can give us massive headaches. We can feel like, excuse what I say, but poo, literally. So you don't want to go fast. There are many, many beautiful things to get heavy metals out of your body, but I don't want you to do that. I don't feel your energy can do that. I want you to just go slowly. So take a breath for me. Okay. Have you ever heard of ylang ylang essential oil?
Mhm.
Have you ever used it before?
No.
Okay. Okay, so 14 drops in a 15 ml bottle. So you would apply that. Now there's two places you can apply it. So when we learn about more, we have a neurovascular point right here on our head. This is where all the main blood flows. So we can again rub, shake, hold this main neurovascular point, and above our belly button is in a beautiful meridian point along with our kidney point, and you want these working together. Now you can rub that energy in. You can hold this point for up to 3 to 6 breaths, tongue up, tongue down. Now you can rub it here. You can also rub it, your adrenal glands sit on top of your kidneys. So you can rub it clockwise onto there. You would run to a rub it in 3 times a day. You don't want to get in the sun. You don't want to use a heating pad. It has a tendency to get hot. If you're in the sun, it has a tendency to burn. I always warn people, not everybody does that happen to do, but I am not going to go without not telling you that. So that is something you can grace your body with. It will work slowly. You don't want to go fast because it can lead you into a healing crisis. You've got to be really careful with your adrenals. There's also supplements you can take, but it doesn't state that you need that at this time. So take another breath for me. You said you haven't been sleeping for 30 years?
So after the birth of my first child,
Okay.
I never slept the same, but it's been in the last year, or let's say last 9 months, that I wake every 2 hours. Sometimes it's every half hour, sometimes it's every 1.5 hours.
Holy cow. So
Yeah.
do you have a lot of stress?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Stress can bombard us, can it not? It just
Hmm.
mulls us over. So let's go in and see. Let's take a deep breath. Wrap that light. It's going to go straight to it. Yeah, it is. And I love how he just talks to us. So the triple warmer meridian. Now, this one is a very difficult one. This is the one that keeps us locked in all of that because it lacks craziness. You really have to work with it. It took me probably almost a year and a half to get it to go because it just wouldn't take a breath. I pushed myself to a limit. I'm still in classes. I don't stop. And I work on people through here all day long. I work with people on my table. There's just a lot. So I push, and that triple warmer just literally, that's why I was awake for 22 days, would not shut down. And I thought, Lord have mercy, it's never going to shut down. It's never going to.
Mm-hmm.
So that negative thought. So
Hmm.
when I started changing that thought, started adding all these other things. So this little booger is from a 9 to 11 p.m. So how we do our energy at night depends on how we do our energy when we get up in the morning. Now, I know that sounds crazy. So if you do the daily energy minutes, and when we're not crossing over, because our energies cannot cross, it'll stay on one side or the other. The corpus callosum isn't connecting because we are completely exhausted.
Hmm.
The triples warmers running. We got brain fog. We got headaches. And I do mean frogs. I don't mean fog. It's literally frogs in there. And it's too much. It's just so this is this beautiful fire element. I don't know if you all have ever heard of elements, but they are another beautiful thing that we can work with. And it is that beautiful yang energy, male energy. Female energy is yin that comes up through the bottom of our foot. When we work on our kidneys, this is kidney one. Okay, and that yin energy comes up through that kidney one. That's female energy from Mother Earth. Yang energy comes from heaven, comes down through our crown chakra. They mix within our heart chakra and do a figure eight. Everybody knows that Tibetan yin and yang. That's where the figure eights come from. So let's go in here and see why this yang energy. Okay, so he says, trouble letting go of negativity. So you got to talk to that voice. I'm not doing this no more. And we literally have to talk back to it. Sometimes my husband goes, which voice be talking to you? That nice voice or that awful voice? Well, guess who skipped the line? And we don't even realize it
Yeah.
because we're so caught in our situation,
Yeah.
we can't step out and look back in, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go out here and see. So this is a broadcast message. Now, a broadcast message is a little booger. I'm sorry, they're all little boogers. We can have it written across our forehead. We can have it written across our chest. We can be blowing it in the blowhorn, and everybody else sees it, but we don't see what we're saying, and we just keep projecting it. And it's like, when we find out, it's like, and there can be layers of it, and it's
Hmm.
not always going to be safe to remove each layer. And look what this says, make me suffer.
Hmm.
And guess where this is? Well, you're not going to guess. I'm sorry. I say that to everybody. Guess. Just guess what your body says. Have you ever heard of the belief code?
Yes,
Do you mind if we go in?
please.
Okay, so this is a negative program. Come on. Sometimes we have to talk through these too. So this is survival
Hmm.
and it's safety. And of course, I can't spell. Thank you. So safety has to do with that root chakra and
Yeah.
releasing all those deepest fears, right? It's wrapped in there. It's security, it's
Yeah.
support, it's survival,
Hmm.
and it's psychological.
Yeah.
So the negative program, the first one is I'm afraid. There is another negative program, and I should be putting in 2, 3, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to let it be graced. My life is not safe.
Hmm.
Now remember, these beliefs, even though they can be added to, usually occur 7 and before.
Yeah.
Okay. So then within here, we have a limiting belief, and it's in the same substation, the same place. So we're going to go in and grab the library, then we're going to take that library out. It's saying nothing is safe. And there's another limiting belief. And I know y'all can't see my fingers testing. Um, I've been doing this a long time, so I don't know if anybody knows how to test like this, but this is how I test. And it's a blessing. I don't have what I need. There's another. Okay, take a breath for me. There's a lot of pressure in my chest. Okay. A faulty core belief, same place. Not always are they. I'll never be safe. It's not gonna be another one. It's not safe. And there's a faulty core identity. Do you feel with any of these? Okay.
Yes, I do. Hmm.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yep. Hmm.
I am defenseless. So if you read this back there, there will be a subheading in here, but let me read it back to you. And it goes from the bottom up because it's the deeper layer.
Hmm.
I'm defenseless because I'll never be safe. I don't have what I need. Nothing is safe. My life is not safe. Therefore, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
And there is a subconscious gap in here. It is an energy. It's a despair anchor. And these despair anchors, as beautiful as they are, it is just a negative statement that we've stayed ruminating and pulsating within us, is how I look at them.
Hmm.
And we've maybe said them more than once.
Hmm.
So there can be walls of them, there can be walls of anything. And it's saying that nothing turns out right. Now, if you can take another breath, there's something underneath there. Okay. I don't know if you feel safe with this. If you do not, you tell me. It's an inner child and it's age 4. Do you feel safe with me to go forth?
Yes, because I don't know what that is.
Okay. Sometimes we don't. We don't have to. We don't have to remember it. Now, I'm old school. I have to have my hands on stuff. I don't like all these screens being open. And it's absolute helplessness.
Hmm.
Now, it may not give us events, and at times we don't need to know those events.
Right.
We just don't. So I'm going to come in and remove this before we ever put in anything else. So I want you just to take a deep breath. I want you to breathe in with a belly breath that fills your belly up, then your lungs up, and I want you to hold it, and I want you to blow it out through the smallest little straw God ever gave you. The reason being to just allow your central nervous system to move it out. Now, Dr. Brad has you get up and move around. When you breathe, it can move your energy. Do you feel okay?
Hmm.
Okay. So we want to go back and we want to put a positive in here. And it is so gracious, as always. There's always grace. I focus on the good as much as I can. I am a survivor. Now, when you have positive statements or affirmations, you can journal them
Hmm.
and change their energy as much as you want. You can put them on sticky pads. You can put them in colorful words on your computer and laminate them, slide them under our pillow, slide them under our bed, on the bathroom mirror. We can bless ourselves in so many ways. You just let that grace come across to you. But there's something else we can do. We can tap that. So negative comes out the left. We want to put it in. I focus on the good as much as I can. I am a survivor. Remember that we have meridian points everywhere. And this alarm point right here is your
Helpless.
spleen.
No longer helpless. You're helpless. I am no longer helpless. I am no
Amen. You're not.
longer good, isn't
Remember, you can be a goddess warrior and just allow yourself to grace.
I'm good.
Just allow it to come out.
I'm good.
Okay, take another breath for me. He's not going to let me have anything else. So you can snap a picture of this if you want. I don't save these.
Yes. Yeah, let me take a picture.
Okay. So there's this. Just let me know when you get this part and then I'll roll it up.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. And then down here would be the belief code.
Okay.
And how does that feel?
Fine. When I was tapping, you weren't talking, I thought, but I could hear somebody else
Yes,
talking.
they were tapping too.
Oh, there was an okay, because I don't see anybody on my screen, so I was like,
Yep. They
who's
were
saying
tapping
that?
to
Okay.
remember that when we pull energy and when we give out good energy is for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody gets blessed because that's just the way it works. And some of these statements, some of this energy may vibrate with them too,
Mm-hmm.
right? We can always do that. So what
Okay.
I see in you is that your energies are not crossing like this.
Okay.
So one of the things we can do besides this beautiful figure 8, we can start again, hands come from underneath stomach meridian up around, and you always want to go up and circle because this crosses our energies and is another grounding thing. It's not big enough. We don't have a tough time for me to do the homolateral with you. But another thing you can do again, hands, shake the stell energy off. Come from your right shoulder. You want to squeeze and you want to pull it down slowly off your left shoulder and you want to do it to your right, to your left. You want your energies to cross, and you want to do these 3 times. Shake it off, do it 3 times, shake it off, and do it again. Breathe. And then once you do that, and I'm just sorry, guys, I love techniques. They're just beautiful energy. We at nighttime and even in the daytime, we all have cells, DNA, everything is woven right within. There's no coincidence with anything in our life. So when I see this pattern, it's like I see cobwebs holding us together. So even though it's our interstitium, it's our fascia, it's our muscles, it's our ligaments, we can come in with what Donna Eden calls the Celtic weave. And we come in shake. Again, our hands are at that beautiful triple warmer because it's going to run everything. And you come in and you touch your elbows. Let me stand up here. I don't know how much you can see. So you would touch elbows and you would bring it in and swing it. This has to do with our aura. And then you would come down to your waist, swing it in, swing it back out. You would come down to your feet, swing it back out. And then your hands are literally behind you like this. You flip them over and you scoop from Mother Earth to bring your aura up. Your aura has to be tight and strong to be able to hold off anything within 3 feet radius, right? Because that's how far your aura goes. You have an internal aura, you have an external aura, and they have to work together
Mhm.
at times. And I can see yours is scattered, your colors aren't real bright. But that's okay. We can work on that. We can bring that about. And I can show you other techniques that just brace your body. Now, this is going to sound like a funny one. Rub, shake, put your middle fingers inside your ear bones and pull down. It's another grounding technique, right in both of them. Now, it feels funny. Sure, it does. And when you know you've hooked up, you will.
Yep, just yawned. Felt good.
Oh, it's a blessing.
Mhm.
And that grounds you. And then you go into your belly button, your third eye, you push in, you pull up, and this is called a hookup. So remember, your governing and central meridian, you always want hooked. It can get unhooked. Oh, sorry. So easily that it just ungraces us.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mhm.
It is 8 o'clock. Is everybody cool with where we're at and you want to go on? Let me come off of here or no? Just let me know. Sorry about that. Little hiccup, that'll go twice. So, are we cool with going on, or would you truly like me to stop? Continue? Yes?
Sure.
Would anybody else like to come on? Tracy, Brian, Jeff?
Yes. Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Now
you.
remember, hydrate well,
Mhm.
add electrolytes. Let me show you another dibby. Sorry. There's so many things. I have over 1,000 of these little jobbers and they just go whoop, whoop, whoop. So remember, our triple warmer is that booger that keeps us flying, right? So if again, shake, hand here, right up on that temple, grace it underneath your jaw, because right here is another stomach point, because our stomach always goes when triple warmer goes.
Mhm.
3-finger pop. Place it right in the hollow. There's a bone right underneath the hollow of your throat. That's the triple warmer, another alarm point. 3 times really big, big breaths. And then you shake it and you come back over and you do this other side. And you do it and your body goes, oh, yes, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Now, you may not feel it right away, but your body will, and it will go, Ooh, like a stay fluff. What is that little marshmallow guy where you poke in the middle? Ooh, that's the way I look. I mean, if you could see the ripple effects that I see, it would be like, oh Lord, we're just going to be blessed. So I don't want to overwhelm you too much. There's so much energy to do. So if anybody else would like to be graced for just a moment, please don't hesitate. Would you, Brian?
Yeah.
Would you mind?
Yes.
Please,
Yeah,
please.
please.
Okay, let me come back here. Thank you so much, Shannon.
Thank you very much.
Oh, God bless you. Okay, Brian, let me bring back the piece of paper here.
Mm.
Okay.
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 Good drink.
Shh. Dave, you need to mute. Okay. Bryan, right?
Yes,
Brian,
yes.
how long have you been struggling with sleeping?
A long time. So probably from my teen years, so around 30 years.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yeah. And so I guess the last 12 months I've been doing emotion code and body code things on myself. I so came across the book there and been able to release a whole stack of different emotions and heart walls and things like that. So there's so much good going on, and I've improved in life so much, but sleep's still something that is
A hard one to
lacking.
struggle
So
with.
yeah.
Absolutely. It is for so many people. And then when we work on ourselves, let's see if this is going to give me a hard time. Oh, of course it is. I just love my computer. When it gives us a hard time, it's it's troubled within our own energy, right? So you have to think
Mm,
about it. We're all crackpots. We all have little holes within there. So when we work on ourselves, we still have that ego and that flesh attached. So
mm,
when we work on ourselves, don't see things that are, I mean, yes, we can remove a lot, but we can't get the whole way, right? There's still something
mm.
keeping us in that hole to step out and look in. So do you mind if I go in?
No, no, please do.
Okay, if you would just take a breath, put your hands on your hearts, and it wants green going through your hands. So I just want you to surround your body in green healing lights. And that is the beautiful Saint Raphael right there. I'm just going to say a prayer. I don't know if you can feel that calmness coming over. Beautiful. Okay, one of the things he doesn't like is the receptivity, and woohoo, I can smell the receptivity. So that means your receptivity in your conscious mind. The subconscious may be aligned, the super subconscious may
Mm,
align, the unconscious doesn't align many often,
mm,
but your conscious mind is keeping you out of that loop. So let's see why.
mm.
Again, that lovely broadcast message. Oh, I love my computer so much. So I have to talk to her quite often. See, and she'll just play and do what she wants to do. You pay off the warranty, and then she starts messing up, and I'm not getting a new one. So we'll just play along with her. Oh, looky there. Well, she's halfway working. It is what it is. So the first thing it's telling me is you feel unworthy to heal. Do you feel you're unworthy to heal?
Look, it's probably something I've struggled with
Okay.
over sort of this journey, but um yeah, it's something I'm trying to fix and yeah, but
So take a breath and let's see what's under there
hmm
because I can feel it vibrating. And you can probably feel it vibrating, yes?
hmm yes.
Mhm. So it's an emotional resonance. Now, these emotional resonance are not like trapped emotions. These literally vibrate and they can hold us in there because it's got a little cord to it. So it's terror because our body's locked within that. And so the triple is afraid to let go because what if the body had peace? What if it had harmony
Mm.
to allow that to happen? That's a little frightening for your body. So this is
Mm.
actually corded to anxiety because we let it run in our minds, and that's normal. So let's just come in here, take a deep breath, and I want you to do it 3 times. When you breathe in, tongue up to the roof of your mouth. When you breathe out, tongue down and out hard. Press lips, let it go. Let that energy out. So when we have these emotions, we want to come back in and we want to place calmness and we want to place harmony. Because if we don't have calmness and harmony, and you can tap that in, I allow my body to be calm. I allow my body to synchronize with harmony. Because at times we don't do that. We judge ourselves
Mm.
so harshly. So let's go back out. Okay, that brought your receptivity up to 100. That's where we want it. Okay, so it's going back to sleep. So it's going to the stages. Okay, let's see what's in here. Of course, it's a meridian. Of course, it is. Our meridians are so lovely. It's going to your liver meridian.
Mm.
Now, that liver meridian is the one that vibrates so hard between 1 and 3 o'clock, yang energy. And it's excess negative energy. So remember,
Mm.
these negative energies can get wrapped in all these organs and these glands, within these chakras, within the meridians. And people used to think, oh, negative energy doesn't do anything, but it really does, and it vibrates within there.
Mm.
So this is complete and utter panic. And if you take a breath for me, is it safe to release this? Is it safe to go here? You have
Mm.
physical, emotional shock within here.
Mm.
Now, I can release it here, but the way that you can help it release even more energies,
Mm.
shake, hold the back of your calves. Now, you may feel them vibrate, you may feel them shake, you may not feel anything at all, nothing. But when and sometimes when you have other people hold it for you, so you're not locked into it and you just breathe, it will come out that much easier. And it won't be just a one-time thing. You will have to do it for a while. There's a lot of shock within your body, and
Mm.
that can be, can we have what it's from?
So as a about 8-month-old baby, I
Okay.
had a big burn. I pulled a kettle onto my arm, and so I had surgeries and skin grafts
Oh,
where
holy guacamole.
yeah, and then within a month of that, I actually drowned. I fell into a river and was so before I was 1, I had a few things that caused, shock, emotion, physical traumas in the body.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you need some extra work to remove all this
Hmm.
from that inner child and to allow your body to heal. So, are you doing aloe vera and spirulina and allowing your body to heal from the inside out?
No, so at the moment, I'm really just continuing to go through the body code, emotion code stuff without doing a whole lot to support that. I'm learning bits and pieces about energy
Mhm.
as I go, but coming from a place where 12 months ago I didn't know anything in that space.
Absolutely. And it does take time to learn and to grow. And the greater it is, the more greater your intuition. So your body would suffice really well with what's called spirulina. And I'm
Hmm.
sure I spelled that wrong. Yippee doopy. So it is a very powerful green energy that your body needs to get back to homeostasis. You can start it
Hmm.
slow with 3 capsules a day. You don't want to do the raw stuff. It tastes, and I'm sorry, I'll be frank, it tastes god awful. And to get it past your nose is like, whoo. Same thing with liquid chlorophyll. It's God's green drink, but whoo, some people can't
Yeah.
get it past. So your liver meridian, it is overactive. So again, this point here, and tracing that meridian backwards, letting it grace you for a little while. And I only want you to do it a couple times a day, and I want you to hold this point. Now,
Mhm.
milk thistle, and your body's calling for this. This is a beautiful herb, and I don't know if you can get it to help your body. It would be 4 a
Mhm.
day, and I would take 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, but not night in the afternoon. You
Mhm.
want it like 6 hours apart. You want to ingratiate that liver to be able to dump all those medical toxins and that negative energy out of your body. The liver, they say that we can only regenerate very small pieces of ourselves, but in my sight, in my energy, I can see that miracles can happen and we can regen everything in our body. I mean, the liver is a scientific
Mhm.
fact, but they are finding more scientific facts. Okay, that balance
Mhm.
stage 1. Let's go to stage 2. Okay, hydration. So you're not absorbing what you are drinking,
Mhm.
and no wonder. So let's find out. It is a trapped emotion, and it is failure. So we want that failure gone out of your absorption, and we want to put back in. So we want to replace this with success. You celebrate
Mhm.
those teeny tiny wins, no matter how small you think they are, ingratiate it. The more we ingratiate, the more comes our way. No matter what, don't
Mhm.
judge it, let it fly. Just that was wonderful. That was peace. That was harmony. Because remember, our kids feed off of us. So if we're,
Mhm.
that's what our kids are going to be too. Remember, it
Mhm.
kind of, we share it, we absorb it, we pass it on. So that balance is stage 2, but I want you also to add those beautiful electrolytes to your body 3 times a day.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go out to stage 3. Oh, and of course I put an R where an R didn't go. Okay. Okay, this is a pathogen. This is a fungus. So this will be the microbiome. And this, have you ever heard of Candida albicans?
Mhm.
Okay, you have Candida. It is in stage 1. So there are 3 stages of Candida. There's severe, moderate, and very light. You need to treat all 3. So I do have your email address. Don't let me forget.
Mhm.
I won't do it tonight, but I will
Yeah.
send you a Candida worksheet. So Candida, Lord have mercy, there's so many doggone diseases. They have over 1,000 diseases that are linked to Candida, or well, maladies. We shouldn't call them diseases because our body won't recognize us. Maladies. And it is growing. And sleep is one of the things that it imbalances, because you got to think your triple warmer is right before you go to bed. If that microbiome's not calmed down, that triple warmer is going to fire. If we're locked in that habit, it's going to fire. That lung is also. And so when you treat yourself for candida, remember when you wash clothes, you need to put tea tree oil in the wash, because as soon as you wash your clothes in regular wash and you don't add borax, I don't know what you have over there for detergent, but if we do not treat our clothes with tea tree, it passes on to each other. The second you put your clothes back on and it hits your skin cells, whoa, it ignites and it passes through to
Mhm.
one another in the wash. So it goes through the whole family, so the whole family can actually get it from anybody. It's a surface thing. Some of our foods have candida already on it. We don't realize it. We crack it and pop it in our mouth. It can be, I don't want you to be afraid of things because fear is not a good thing, but we
Mhm.
just need to be aware, correct?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So I can remove it energetically, but you're going to need to do things physically. So
Mhm.
have you ever heard of Pau d'Arco tea, Tahibo?
No.
Okay, it's a really wonderful tea. It tastes like dirt. Oh gosh, it doesn't taste good. I take the capsules and use the elixir because I can't get it past my nose anymore to put it in a tea unless I mix it
Yeah.
with elderberry, and put a little STRJ in there and camouflage it with a little honey. Whew, it literally tastes like dirt. And I do know what dirt tastes like because I was a tomboy, so it does taste like dirt. But you
Yeah.
would utilize that, and oregano oil is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful fighter for this. And I have people wrap it around their belly buttons, and some people even take oregano pills. They come in little clear
Mhm.
capsules like vitamin E does. Now you would test
Yeah.
for your own self how many, how much you would utilize, depending on
Mhm.
what you would like. Okay, so back to here. So we want to do stage 4. That's when we're supposed to be in REM. Okay. And it is going to your yang linking meridian. Remember, we're only supposed to be working with so many, but Lord have mercy that we have so much more than what they say.
Mhm.
So it's giving you lower back discomfort. Now take a breath for me. That's real stuck energy within there. It's going into your pelvis. Going into your pubis bone. Ooh, that's tight energy. That's pain. Okay, so the first thing it's telling me is excess stress hormones. And how could you not have excess stress hormones, right? So
Yeah.
those lovely little things are adrenaline. Yep, and I just hit the wrong key. Our lovely adrenaline, and I still didn't undo that key. Cortisol and noradrenaline. Now, these little boogers keep us locked in flight, fight,
Mhm.
freeze, or fawn. And we just keep doing it. It's that triple warmer. Rah, I'm gonna come
Mhm.
at you. So here's a little dibby for that. Hands, energy, thumb and forefinger. Our index finger is on our thumb. We place that thumb because our thumb is neutral, it's negative. We want that negative thumb on there with this finger being positive coming across and holding those main neurovascular. Everybody can suffice from this one. And what it does is when we are in fight, flight, or fawn, or
Mhm.
freeze, our blood drains from this main neurovascular point, goes down to our arms and legs, and our brain can't cross or think. So when we hold this
Mhm.
point, it brings the blood back. Now, when I first held it, I laughed. I thought, yeah, sure. But first time I
Mhm.
felt it tingle, and
Mhm.
oh Lordy, it does tingle. It just graces your body. Then I want you to shake it off. I want you to come underneath in the hollows of your ears, right back here. This is the vagus nerve. Okay, that
Mhm.
vagus nerve goes from our brain to our gut. And if it's firing, isn't nothing going to work either. So you just, now the stomach, one of the stomach points is right here in our jaws. So we can sit here and do this, and the energy could just go. And it's very beautiful. It just feels graceful. Now, when I get done with this one, even though they say you have to go with what your energy feels, shake it. Back behind here are our power points, our electrics. So I touch my fingertips, my middle fingertips, because they're both positive, right? I wrap them around and they come all the way. My heels and my hand come on that thyroid. And I breathe and breathe and breathe. And I come back and I hook that business in. Because if we don't hook it in, our body's thinking, well, she's not going to keep that up. It's not going to work.
Mhm.
So we have to bring it in. Now, that can make us feel funny when we're first starting to do it. So are they all working together? Not even in your life. Nope, nope, nope. So let's see why. Now this will just be a layer, and it's no will to be protected. So I want you to put in there, and I want you to just take a breath. He's even stopping me before we get any further. This is a brain wall. So we want to release this. When we release, now I know when we release heart walls, we release them a little bit differently. But when you release body walls, organ walls, these walls of negative statements, I want you to release them 365/7 permanently. So that means 365 days a week, a year, 7 days a week, permanently. You want that layer gone and out.
Mhm.
And then you want to bring in the grace of I am powerfully protected by the universe and the divine. Because we got to remember where our grounding is and who graced us to be here in the first place. And if we can't remember that, we go to the window. The window will show us every grace we need to see with our beautiful eyes. Okay, take another breath for me. There's something else hiding in there. And it's a cosmetic energy. Now we can have cosmetic energies that are to aftershave, lotions, soaps, etc., etc. But this cosmetic energy is how you're looking at things. So it shows your cosmetic, right? Do you understand what I'm saying
Mhm.
there?
Kind of. So the lens I look at things
Right.
through. Yeah.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Perfect. So it is seeking heart energy. So this used to be called an addictive heart energy, and he changed this, and I wish he'd have left it, but that's okay. That's all groovy. So you're seeking sweetness in your life because right now everything is going awry. You're not resting, and that's going back to a toxin. It's going to a drug. Come on, let me have it. It's over the counter. So it's painkillers, whether they're um, aspirin, whatever, Advil, anything like that. It's getting so it probably with everything you went through, you were on a few
Mhm.
painkillers, right? Your body didn't like that vibrational energy. So it stayed
Mhm.
stuck within there. And it allows you to seek more pain relief because you can't get what you need in life. You can't get
Mhm.
that sweetness. So he's already telling me something else. Do you mind if I go into the belief code with you?
No, go for it, please.
Okay. I just want to thank everybody for hanging tight and hanging late with me. This work is too special to not work fully on ourselves. So there is a negative program, and it's power within power, and it's performance. So when we're dealing with performance and power, we're dealing with that solar plexus. So our self-esteem, our confidence, our identity, that power within us. And sometimes that power just gets pulled and we feel sunk. And that's all there is at doing it. And it's saying, I'm not doing a good job, but you're doing the best you very much can.
Mhm.
Limiting belief. Now I know there's more under here. He's just not going to let us safely have it. And it's
Mhm.
in the same place. I'll never get ahead. And these are probably things you've been thinking, yes?
Yeah.
So faulty core belief, same place, same station. And as I say, they are not always in the same place. I will never do well. And then there's a faulty core identity. Same place, same station. And I'm sorry, that's how I say that. It's just how I look at it. It's just a repeat
Mhm.
within our brain. So it's like a library within a library, and we're going to pull that chip right out of there.
Mhm.
I can't get things done. So if you read it backwards, I can't get things done because I will never do well because I'll never get ahead and I'm not doing a good job. So there is a defragmentation in here. I just love how it changes all my stuff here. It's so goofy. Okay. And it's a food toxin. Food toxins can throw our body in such a panic, and it's processed foods. Now, remember, foods that come into our countries are x-rayed. That x-rayed food has preservatives in it. And so when they x-ray it, those EMFs are locked into there. And if we don't change the energy of the food, that's what we're eating. And if we don't change the energy of the food, our body's not going to be able to process. So again, those
Mhm.
four thumps that I showed you earlier. So do we need to know something about this? Yes, there is an association. Back to food toxin, back to sweetener. Now remember, sweeteners eat those little bones in our head, and it's maltitol. Now, maltitol, if I can get it out of there right, can be disguised as certain other sweeteners within our foods. It comes with several different names depending on which country.
Mhm.
It is not a good sweetener, so you want to change. Do we need to know any more about this? Okay, can we remove all of this? Okay, we can. So normally I would just move the energy with my hands. Not everybody likes that because they see Dr. Brad using these beautiful magnets. So I will just do that. So I want you to just take in deep breaths, hold it, and I want you to blow them out hard. Get it out of you. Allow it to escape. Allow the peace and harmony to come out. You don't need these references. You don't need this library card anymore. And just bring in peace, bring in harmony, bring in love, and let's bring in a positive statement. Come on. Come on. Thank you. See, we have to talk to our electronics too. They need a little love.
Mhm.
It is okay for me to make mistakes. Remember, we're all crackpots. We all have energy that moves at times, and we hold ourselves to a different level because we don't think we're allowed to make mistakes, but it's
Mhm.
okay. So allow that to gratiate with you that it is okay. And how do you feel?
Mhm. Very warm at the moment. Like
Yes,
very,
it
yeah.
flushes you. Yes. So
Yeah.
hydrate well.
Hmm.
Okay. Make sure you add
Yeah.
electrolytes. Let me know how you're doing tomorrow. Shannon, same thing with you. Do you want to take a photo of this so you've got it?
I took some notes, but I might take a photo as well.
Okay, go
It's
right ahead. That way you can see. And remember, this is just a layer. We
hmm.
all have layers. Let me know when
Can you
you've got
scroll
it.
to, yeah. Yeah, I've got that.
Absolutely. Let me know when you've got it and I'll
All
scroll.
right. I've got that one.
Okay. There we go. I am unlimited
That's
to
a,
heal.
all right. Thank you.
Oh, you're so very
I've got
welcome.
that.
Beautiful. So the only things up there is that broadcast message, oh, and
Hmm.
receptivity.
Hmm. Okay.
And that's the broadcast message. So is everybody cool? I know we're at 7:30. Is it cool if we go through a tapping just to grace your body? Is that
Hmm.
cool? Okay. Get your energy. Get your hands clean. Take a breath. Now I want you to sink in to where you feel from a scale of 1 to 10 where your sleep is. Is it at a 1? Is it a 10? Is it an 8? A 5? So here we go. And I just do these from my heart. So I know you probably see him like this, but I do what Dr. David Feinstein does. So hands right here on these 3 PowerPoints, and I want you to rotate them clockwise. Even though, say it after me, I struggle with sleep over
Struggle
your
with
heart.
sleep.
I deeply love and honor myself. You can say it out loud. It works better when you say it out loud, even though it is overwhelming. I know that I'm safe right here in my own skin. Back to here. Even though I get cranky when I don't sleep well, I know the sleep will come. So eyebrow points. This is the bladder point. I know that I struggle with sleep. Triple warmer. Tap, tap, tap. I know that this sleep makes me very restless. Underneath the stomach point, I know my body is tired of being caught in this loop. Make sure you're breathing. Underneath the nose, central or governing meridian. But what if I could stop this energy? Down to central. What if I could allow peace in my body? Down to your K. What if I could allow harmony to come across? Underneath your spleen, I love the feeling of resting. Now, our gallbladder point is not normally on there. It's between the knee and the hip in the middle on the outside. So I could show you what that is. Oh, maybe not. No, maybe not. Then I would have hopped my leg up there and then fall on my face. So in between your knee and your hip, there's a gallbladder point. And Dr. David says this is where we hold so many negative energies. So I want you to breathe in, come back to it. I am allowed to sleep peacefully every single night. Now we want to come back up here. Now this is the stomach point, and I want you to tap it. Now this is going to sound funny, but we're going to remove this. So I want you to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to hum, row, row a boat. And we're going to come in 3, 6, 9, 12. Gonna come back 2, 4, 6, 8. Why are we doing this? We're repatterning. So I want you to look down to the right. I want you to look down to the left. Don't move your head. I want you to roll your eyes to the right, still while we're doing this. Roll your eyes to the left. And as Dr. David says, paint the floor with how you feel about not sleeping because Mother Earth can absorb her. And you just hold your head still and you rotate your eyes and you just put that energy out there. And then you roll your eyes up to the heavens above and you allow the grace of God to come in and let you sleep. And then you come back here to our PowerPoint on our crown. I am allowed to sleep peacefully. Then you want to come back and you want to place beauty in. I sleep peacefully every night. My body deserves the harmony to sleep every night. It feels so wonderful as I let go of the stress. I allow peace to enter from the crown to the tip of my toes. I allow sleepless nights to vacate my body. Back to the K. Peace fills me and fills my soul. Back underneath. I metabolize and allow my body to sleep. Back to the gallbladder. I allow unconditional love to wrap around me. Back up to your crown as I allow sleep to occur. Take a deep breath. And I always put my hands up because I want to receive the grace that he has for me. Now you can do 2 to 3 rounds. You can do it in the morning and at night. And you just allow it to grace you because we have to send that ripple effect across to grace our bodies. If we don't grace our bodies with as many things as we can, it's still going to fight us. And we don't want to fight, correct? We just want harmony. We want to sleep. The more we sleep, the more we grace it, the more we do it. It took me a very long time to sleep. I had a very traumatizing and rough childhood. I didn't sleep. It was not a good thing to go to sleep at night. So it's taken a long, many time for years for me to sleep. So allow your body the grace to come in and bless it. So as we've been sitting here, I play frequencies as I tell you, and I don't fib. I'll be right up front with you.
You had the reporter on that one. I couldn't keep up.
You will get a replay of it. So I
Yes.
have been playing homeopathic for us to allow creativity and the stuck feelings of sleeplessness to evaporate. So what I do is I take a picture of this because you can send frequencies to anything and everything. This is Blue Dream Love and Wellness. This is a thing that I made up for the logo for my business. So I send frequencies to Blue Dream Love and Wellness. Whoever comes within is automatically within those
She
frequencies.
has an
And
AEO
it
still there.
allows you to grace
But she has an
your
AEO.
body. So we do this through many ways. But remember, our hands are the biggest way. We can bless ourselves in the morning. So we get up, we do our daily energies, we trace our meridians, we cross our energies, we get unstuck, we do a crown pull. Let that fog come out of your head. Ground, 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 and allow yourself to come back around. Now, I hold points all the time, and sometimes we need to sedate them. And we didn't talk about that. There's so much. We could talk for hours about the beauty of the things that we can do to help us sleep. So I won't hold you anymore because I know we've been there a while. Just allow me to grace you and wrap you up in his hands and just hold you. And I'm just going to say a little prayer. Holy Father, we ask that each person here be graced with the light and the love to be able to sleep peacefully in your hands and in your arms. And we thank you for gracing us and allowing us to come within your energies, and for each of you that volunteered. We just want to shake that. We want to cross our hearts, cross our energy, and allow him to grace us. In God's holy name, amen. Thank you. Peace be with you. And don't forget how beautiful you are. Remember, your energy will get more vibrant, get more beautiful as you come in and grace, because we can grace ourselves. You're welcome, Tracy. God bless you all. Good night. There will be a replay. I will put it up on the YouTube channel. So if you want to subscribe to that, you can see some of the shemisery that I've done throughout the while. So have a beautiful night. God bless each one of you. And peace be with you. God bless. Good night.